Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're really excited to be broadcasting live from the beautiful, historic ASU Kerr. We're here in the studio, and we're going to celebrate 1 year of our Beams live stream with a very, very favorite artist of ours, Grace Rolland, and her Rising Sun Daughter project. We had her on this series, and she had to set up everything from her home, get some good lighting going, and all her instruments ready to go so she could play over Zoom and beam into everyone's homes. And we're so glad that we can do this from the venue tonight. Grace has a long history with ASU Kerr, going back with her family, and we're going to have her talk about some of that once we get started. But we do want to tell you about some other upcoming programs we have going on. We have a special one-off coming up on May 4th, and this is a collaborative thing we've been doing with Daniel Bernard Romain's lab space, DBR Lab. They are a collaborative classroom where they have artists from all kinds of disciplines, dance, digital media, storytelling, podcasting, really interesting projections, and all of these students get together and have a film performance that they've prepared. And these will all be broadcast, followed by a really interesting Q&A with DBR, with the other facilitators in the class, Jeff McMahon and Melina Gross. And you really get to see what's coming up next in the world of the arts. Really, really fascinating, very talented students. That will be Tuesday, May 4th, 7 to 8:30 p.m. And that does include that Q&A time, so you can ask questions and chat with some of these people. And Beams now, it started as a weekly show. We are doing this twice a month now. So we are the second and final Thursdays of the month, always at 7 p.m. And that next show will be May 13th, and we will have Citrus Clouds in the house broadcasting also from ASU Kerr. They are a very fascinating band, kind of shoegaze, indie pop. They get a little garagey at times, even a little neo psychedelic rock in there. Really, really dreamy music. And the people behind this band have done some really interesting things during the pandemic, released some critically acclaimed music. It's getting a lot of love from Arizona Republic, Phoenix New Times, and all kinds of blogs around the world. So please do tune in for that, as you are right now on Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitch. And you can chat with the band and hang out for another awesome Arizona artist. Speaking of Arizona artists, we are going to hand it over now to Grace Rolland. She'll be performing songs that she has put out under her Rising Sun Daughter moniker. You'll get to chat with Grace, so please support, give love in the chat, ask questions. We're so happy to be here for this 1 year anniversary of Beams. So please enjoy Rising Sun Daughter.
Hello, hello, and hello to you over there in that corner of the video world, and to you over there in that corner of the video world. My name's, as Stacy mentioned, my name's Grace. I hope you enjoy this music tonight. I'm gonna keep it pretty mellow. This first one's called Blackberry Bramble. taste, oh, it lingers. The vine, it remains. The vine still remains my bird and my claim. I have never known thorns to make me bleed quite the same. For you were the love of my heart. Oh, my love, ooh, my love, ooh, my love, ooh. Oh, the thorns and the thistle, how they wait for my whistle to take my love from me. Oh, please take, take. Well, I can't, I won't, I never will. I never will try to make time stand still, for a flower must bloom, and die as it will. Still, you were the love of my heart. Oh, my love, ooh, my love, ooh, my love, Ain't nothing like a sorrowful love song to start the evening. Yay! I'm the only one laughing at my jokes here, people. So, again, my name's Grace. Please, I'm so happy you've joined tonight if you're here and watching it in real time. And if not, I hope you get all the weird jokes and moments and just enjoy some music. If you're there, just send me a chat. I'd love to chat with you about creativity, songwriting, anything, if you're working on anything. These are all songs that I've written over the course of the last decade, and that one in particular took a long time for me to compose. It happened in phases, and one of the joys of songwriting is that you don't really know what you're trying to say until you've already said it. And so as a songwriter, some songs just kind of happen and you stumble across them. Some take a long time to find their voice and find their place. And that song in particular helped me grieve and process and understand in my young adult mind what love was, what that particular encounter was with someone I really cared about, and kind of helping me let go. And so that's one of those things that I love about songs that allow us to really tap into something that isn't conversational. It's not something readily said just in passing, no matter how deep or personable you might feel. So with that, this next song is kind of the complete opposite. This song kind of captured my imagination and took me for a ride, and it's called Sanster. I hope it does the same for you. watches me. Steady onward and sail, heaving forward we bail. Sun and wind are tired friends. Sea and stir, they never hurt. Face the closeness of sea. Our land is ever distancing. Who beaten by and drowning low, still onward we go. Sun and wind are tired friends. Sea and stir, they never hurt. Soon to meet our heaven sweet. Land and sky, though soon we die. Lady across the horizon, well, we have found new hope to die in. Snakes, they rattle in the cradle, but where is the baby now? Sun and wind are tired friends. Sea and stir, they never hurt. Soon to meet our heaven sweet. Land and sky, though soon we die. And that was Sanster. Thanks. Okay, so I've got a few questions, and I kind of wanna. I'm so happy. This is so fun. Okay, so Colleen has asked, do you compose on all the instruments you play? And what direction will your songs take as we emerge from the COVID pandemic? Colleen, I've been asking myself that same question throughout this whole thing. I do compose on a majority of the instruments I play. I play guitar, I sing, of course, and play piano, and I also play cello, but the majority of my songwriting has been on guitar and on piano. I find that they are chordal instruments and they're rhythmic, and you can turn any instrument into a voice, but those are the two that inspire me the most. I got my first guitar when I was 12, and it was kind of this secret love of mine while I was studying the cello and really growing as a musician through that instrument. And now my studies, I've been practicing super hardcore, just scales up and down on the guitar, trying to become a more proficient musician through this instrument. And it's helped keep me sane. That's been kind of practicing has been my creative practice during the pandemic. And I know it's been hard for a lot of creative people to find the voice of their creativity, to find motivation. Artists, painters who have shows canceled, galleries, and musicians who don't have the opportunity to play. It's kind of where's the food for and nourishment for that impulse to create. But practice has kept me connected to music, and I've loved it. It has really saved my creative spirit through these days. The direction that I think that I might go in with the songs, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. A lot of the music that I've worked on in the years prior to the pandemic have been unfinished songs. And my hope is that now, with this year of reflection behind me and even just still going through that process of understanding what I want my own life to be like, what I love about music. You know, my love of music has deepened so much this year. So only time will tell, but I feel a great swelling of inspiration kind of coming up. The more I practice, the more I just want to keep playing. Great. So I've got another question from one of my students. I've started teaching this year, and again, keeping me close to music. And she just says, oh, that's good that she's 5,000 times more inspired. It's so helpful to hear other people play and see other people doing their work, and that keeps us going. All right. With that, I'm going to take into the next song that I've got here, and it's a song called Dark Highways. This song I didn't write by myself. It was actually something that a friend of mine, we were both in different bands and touring at the same time in our early 20s, and we would kind of share road stories and snippets. He presented one of his works to me as an opportunity to finish a song together. And so we kind of worked on that song together, and it's called Dark Highways. Hope you enjoy. Cool. All right, here we go.
Dark highways, dark hallways, darker my days, honey, when you're not around. Oh, it ain't your fault that I can't see you through diner windows and living room windows, strangers' windows, honey, they just let me down. Honey, you're never losing any time. If we can't see each other through these changes, and don't let it rearrange us. The further we get, the tighter we bind. Kitchen when she first told me, oh, I know you love me, so don't worry about me, honey, don't let it get you down. Oh, if I could reach out across that old dark highway and across dark hallways, 'cause darker my days, honey, when you're not around. And her voice comes in my head and says, keep on moving. You keep moving, honey, you're never losing any and see each other through these changes, and don't let it rearrange us. The further we get, the tighter we bind. The tighter we bind. You know, old Walt, he said it best. We were together, yeah, we were together, and I forget the rest. Thank you. Okay, that's Dark Highways. That one gets me through some hard times sometimes. It just lifts my spirits, especially knowing the past of that. All right. Thank you, Judy, for your comments. Love your music. Thanks for sharing with us. Thank you. I appreciate, and I've loved interacting with you at shows. It's been such a joy to have that continuity. One of my friends is watching with her just 1 year old, a couple months past 1 year old baby boy, and giving you a big hug back, Jenna. Okay. Now we've got a question from Lyndon. What comes first, music or lyrics, or does it just depend on the day? It's a few things. I'm learning how to write songs actively every day, and that's something that I think when I was in college, I asked myself, what is a song? I was so perplexed by songs as a written form, as a musical form. It really stumped me. And I think with anything in life, you just kind of face the challenge and try and figure out the answer to the questions. If you're willing and if you're, want to, if you're brave for that. So for me, songwriting is this mystical confluence of music, sound, pattern, vibration, and the physicality of creating notes, right? Like on a piano or on a guitar. For me, I feel so connected with creating music because it's been a part of my life. It's a part of my body, my atoms and everything. And hearing sound moves me. And I don't always find the words to match the sounds. So coming up with lyrics, sometimes I have to kind of weave those out of the air. But then, on the other hand, I've got a notebook of little phrases or combinations of words that strike me as imaginative or interesting. And I'm reading a book now that I just want to highlight little fun phrases. It's Stephen King. I'm finally reading Carrie. Sorry to scare everybody with the mention of it, but I'm right at the end. And so I just want to highlight all the fun visual phrases and not put it in a Rising Sun Daughter song because that would not be appropriate. I'm getting a little distracted. Okay. So with that mention, I just want to say thanks again for listening. I'm Grace, and let's move on to the next one. It's a song that I wrote a couple years back. As like a love letter to being a young person, being a young girl. Trying to figure out what makes us strong, what gives us strength and confidence. It's called I Was Once. Get one more sip of water. I was once a little bird, and a beautiful song I heard. saw the sky and I wanted to fly. I wondered how I could. I wanted to fly away from here. I wanted to fly away from here. I was once just a little mouse, and I lived in a small hole in a big house. I saw the door and I wanted more. I wondered about the outside. I wanted to fly away from here. I wanted to fly away from here. Does anyone hear my prayer? I was once a little girl, and I wanted the whole wide world. Oh, I saw the sky, how I knew I could fly, and I closed my eyes and I flew. I wanted to fly away from here. I wanted to fly away from here. I was once. Gonna switch it up here now. So I've got a question that I'll answer right now. Michael Reed is asking, how do you think your music and your aesthetic voice has evolved since you began your career? It's changed a lot, but it's always been kind of there. I think anything that's kind of inside of us takes from experience, takes from exposure, takes from the information of the outside world, and evolves in response to that. But I know the desire to do slow music, like intense kind of evocative songwriting, and the sense of intimacy in music has always been there, because that's how I enjoy music. You know, I love dancing and I love really active sounds and experiences, but at the same time, my heart craves slow, intense, close. And that's part of my emotional and my personal spiritual needs of how I need to be in the world. And so I think music as an expression of myself, not as well as an exploration of a craft, I've allowed Rising Sundaughter to be that voice, to be that place for myself, rather than, trying to find it in all these different places or impose on other entities to satisfy that personal need of mine where it wasn't designed to do that. I had a wonderful band with my brother and family and Run Boy Run, and we had so much fun, and we worked really hard, and we made really lively, energetic music, and it was always fun.
And then there was that secret place in myself that was like, wait, I also want to do this, and I need this other musical thing. So kind of reconciling that through that time of Run Boy Run, that there wasn't a place for that within that context, but that was okay, and there was an opportunity to just develop that as a secondary voice, and then it becoming kind of my primary voice was, I guess that's just growing up. All right. You don't get to see the magic, but there are 3 individuals here with me far away in this space who are running sound, video, and all the live stream stuff. So I just want to thank the staff at Kerr for all their work, and especially doing over 70 shows of Beams. And I remember the very first show that I did, it was a godsend to have an opportunity to perform at Beams, and it was exactly what, as a musician and performer, it really kind of helped ease that transition of the shock of the pandemic. So thanks for having me back, ASU Kerr Cultural Center, Tracy, Stacy, everybody. This is really a true thrill.
Like a wave in the ocean, and you fall gently back to the sea. And now I want to know how to hold you. Return to me, return to me. And you shine like the moon over water, and you're dark in the sky when you leave. Now I want to know how to keep you. Return to me, return to me. And everything I tell you has been spoken, and everything I say was said before, but everything I feel is for the first time, and everything I feel for you. I am here calling the wind. I am here calling your name. I am here calling you back. Return to me, return to me. I know what it means to be lonely, and I know what it means to be free. And now I want to know how to love you. Return to me, return to me. I am here calling the wind. I am here calling your name. I am here calling you back. return to me, return to me. I was in love once, long ago, green as a hillside before the snow, winding like the vine around the tree, winding like the pathway to the sea. Far away from the faces I knew, from the valley of dreams and the clouds across the blue. So far away from heart I outgrew from you. You were a stranger and then a friend, but I didn't know you until the end. Colors light the window of the train. Find a place where no one knows my name. Far away from the faces I knew, from the valley of dreams and the clouds across the blue. So far away from heart I outgrew from you. Far away from the faces I knew, from the valley of dreams and the clouds across the blue. So far away from heart I outgrew from you. That last song was called Far Away, and it was composed with a musician friend of mine named David Poe. He's a great songwriter based out in LA, and I think he's got a record out or coming out pretty soon. Go check him out, David Poe. Thank you for your comments, Lyndon. Time grows us all. I guess we all grow more mature and hopefully soulful as the years go on.
It's just how that goes growing up. But I'm glad you followed the progression, followed along from the different groups. All right, so I'm gonna do a song now that I've performed a lot, and I don't like to admit that because you want to always have that treasure trove of songs, the new songs, and I'm working on that one. This song is the very first song I think I wrote that I found, I said, aha, there's my voice. That's what I want to sound like. And so it was really that pathway that I wanted to explore and go down. In fact, I released a collection of my 5 songs under the title of this song called I See Jane. Okay. Actually, I'll take a moment. I get some questions sometimes about some of the lyrics. So I'll just say them now. They're brief. The lyrics are, she is to me like water, and I need air. Jane, she sees me, and I see Jane, and we hear everything.
My love. she is to me like water, and I need Right. Well, I've got just a few more songs that I'm going to do tonight. So if you have any burning questions or just even some secret ones that are crawling in the back of your brain or your heart or whatever, send them in the chat. No wrong questions, no bad questions. Now that I'm teaching music, I understand that we're all just encouraging each other to be better people, ideally. And for me, I love the transformative role that music has in people's lives. And I love getting the opportunity to introduce people, young kids or adults coming back to music, to explore music in a way that feels healthy or good for them and really challenge skills, but also face those challenges with an open heart. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments or whatever, just send them my way, and I'd love to hear that and respond. The song's always a challenge. I think I'm there. So, all right, I've got a couple questions coming in. From Marlene. Is there another genre you'd like to experiment with? Actually, I mean, there are some there's instrumentation I'm exploring. I love keyboard and hearing different synthesizer work, hearing different kinds of structures of orchestration for songs. I had this idea in my head today of trying to create a choral version of one of my songs and figuring out how could I create a choral arrangement of "I Was Once" or whatever, and that was the song I had in my mind, and trying to learn that, and it's exciting to feel, those tugs of curiosity lead me further and kind of, so I'm interested in exploring orchestration, choral arrangement, as well as different keyboard stuff, and just, what would I sound like if I sang faster? Like saying something like really energetic. And some of the songs that I'm trying to work on have a definite more drive to it, a sense of like that pulse, that real drive in music. Because I think we've all been through some angsty stuff, some really intense stuff, especially this year. And my music's kind of reflecting that right now in the songwriting room. From Tracy, who are the artists most inspiring to you? I find, actually, I'll give a shout out. This is not a musical artist right now, but my brother-in-law, Nathan Redwood, he's a painter, and I'm so moved by his work and his diligence and his artistry. He is an artist that he works in a completely different medium from me. And it's something I don't fully understand or appreciate, but it still affects me on an emotional, conceptual, aesthetic level. And because I know him pretty closely, I've watched him work. He just goes to work. He shows up at a studio and he creates, he sketches, he applies his skills. He's always making something. And that level of dedication to his work is inspiring to me. I have a room in my house that is just my own, which is amazing, and it's a huge gift to me. And I get to go in, and it's the music room. I sit down, I go to work.
I sit and I write, I practice, I explore, I teach, all these ways of connecting with music. But the key is go in the room, show up, do the work, and make something, practice something, share something. So he's definitely been an inspiration to me, especially in this past year. Of course, I love singers, songwriters, Glenn Hansard, Sam Beam of Iron and Wine, Anais Mitchell. Her songwriting is really spectacular, and her record "Young Man in America" brought music back to me this year. Okay, and from Amanda, you sing about nature in many of your lyrics. Where is one of your favorite places to go and be inspired? Great question, Amanda. I know Amanda, she's my life. But that's, I know we're all kind of tired of our home right now. I have a gift of, we just bought a house and we have an ample yard that allows me to breathe. And so I just like going outside. I know that's not very interesting, but looking at trees helps me a lot, actually. Like looking at leaves, looking and from a distance or up close, listening to trees, listening to the breeze blow through. It always reconnects me and brings me to a special place. But there is, I love the drive to Payson. I would go on that a couple times when I was a little bit younger. I would take that drive and going through the different zones and different things. Also out I live in Mesa, and there's this mountain that's on the reservation, and you have to get to it from the highway, kind of go around. And I love going to those places of nothingness where cars aren't supposed to go there. I'm not supposed to be there, but there's access and I can. Gosh, I'm getting myself into trouble here. But just any place that feels really quiet helps take away all the pressure, all the stress. Red earth, you know. The desert's a hard place for me to feel connected to sometimes. It's very hostile. But when there's peace and serenity around it, yeah, I'll feel that connection for sure. All right, I'll ask one more. I'll answer one more. And that's Colleen. How do you practice self-care, work-life balance? Oh my gosh. Let me actually think on that one. So keep it up and I'll respond to that one after, because it's really important. Work-life balance, especially in the pandemic, where we've all everything has been upended. My life was completely upended. What I do for work, what I do for creativity. So I'll answer that one in a second. Yeah. Oopsie. Oh my gosh, I've got so little time left. Where does the time go? I guess what I'd say, Colleen, is that you always have to make space for the things that you love. And right now, I'm hopeful at some point that I will be able to, start a family with my husband, and we'll be able to do that. So right now, my life is how can I earn money? How can I support, contribute and support our family? How can I also do my creative work? And separating the two, not asking too much of my performing work or anything. Finding a way to stay connected to music, which would feed me, while also earning money was a huge transition for me. So right now I'm teaching, and I teach in the evenings. So working in the evenings is great because I cherish my good energy, and the daytime is my good energy. And thankfully, I'm able to be creative and work during the day, clean my house, take care of myself, my home, and my family, kind of do those things during the day, as well as my creative practice. And then in the hours when my brain is not quite as sharp or just
in the hours that I'm able to work, I work, I teach. But it's hard. It's hard to find that balance. All right. This song is called Begin Again.
The starling's home, begin again. The bluest skies at winter's end, the melting snow. The earth ferment, the yellow grows. The dark is dead, and now I go, begin again. Beyond the whispering pines, to carry on, to mark the time, but I'll be gone. That was it, right? Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for enjoying. I hope you enjoyed this music. Thank you, ASU Kerr and the staff,
for doing everything. Again, my name's Grace. I go by Rising Sun Daughter. Please connect with me at any time. RisingSunDaughter.com. Shoot me an email. Send me some love. All right. See you.
Grace Rolland, Rising Sun Daughter. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. We really appreciated all those lovely questions in the chat as well. Love to see all the family and friends and students supporting our artists and the conversations that we've gotten to have with so many awesome Arizona talents during this past year has been really, really one of our favorite things. So you help make this show what it is. It's kind of a meet and greet and a concert at the same time, and that is really something so special. So instead of taking the place of having you here in person in concert, we've let this be what it is, and that has been a very, very fun thing for us and our staff here with the artists. So grateful to have these shows to work on. So thank you for being our audience and being so supportive. It's been nothing but positive, and we definitely appreciate you. We hope you'll come back for some of our future events. As we said at the top of the hour, DBR Lab, the collaborative lab space, working with artists of all disciplines. These are all ASU students, but they call them their collaborators. And they are working in everything from podcasting to digital media and dance and some very innovative stuff going on. If you want to see what's on the leading edge of the arts, please do tune in on Tuesday, May 4th, 7 p.m., just as you're watching now on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, and you'll see filmed performances from all of these students. It's a real interesting mix of stuff, and we have loved putting on this Works in Process program and hope you'll tune in for that. And our next Beams show featuring another fine set of Arizona musicians, Citrus Clouds. They get a lot of comparisons to shoegaze bands like My Bloody Valentine, Lush. They really have this atmospheric, hazy sound that's just music for daydreaming. And they performed at Independencia Sonica, this really beautiful Latin American global music festival that was live streamed. And their set was amazing. And they're going to be here in the house performing live from ASU Kerr. And we do hope you'll tune in to support Citrus Clouds and watch that one too. We've been doing these shows since April of 2020. Today is our 1-year anniversary. And these have all been paid gigs for artists. And we're just so honored that we've had the ability to help sustain the arts, connect audiences with artists during a time when we're all needing that connection. And we really can't wait to be back in person. We have our season coming back inside the venue in fall 2021, and we have shouldered unprecedented costs in the past year because we've had no income. So as a once busy rental facility and performing arts venue, we cannot wait to get back into it, and we do need help with your contributions to do that. If you could stop by asukerr.com on your way off your device tonight, there's a Gold Give Now button. Maybe you would have paid $10 to see Grace Rolland live somewhere in town. Maybe you can go by there and contribute that tonight and know that you're helping a historic venue keep doing what it does and bounce back really, really big when we're back in the venue to do these in person. Happy 1-year anniversary to ASU Kerr and this series. Thanks again so much to Grace Rolland and Rising Sun Daughter. Please do check out her website, RisingSunDaughter.com. Follow her on social media. Buy music, support this artist, and have a great rest of your week. We hope to see you at one of our future streams.